My 42F son, 15F, told me last night that he had seen my husband, 52M, kissing another woman. I was always close with my children, but especially my son. He always felt comfortable talking with me about everything, and last night, we were sitting in his room. He broke out into tears and told me everything. While out with his friends after school, he saw his dad, my husband, kissing another woman. At first it shocked me and it took me a while to collect myself. I comforted him and told him that I believe him and thanked him for trusting me. We have been attending marriage counseling for the last couple of months. My husband has an extensive history dealing with depression. He tends to withdraw from me when his condition worsens. He has a terrible childhood PTSD. But he's an amazing father. He's always been there for our children. Also, another reason we need therapy is because he deals with low self-esteem issues. Considering that I am doing so much better career-wise than him, and that I earn more money than he does, that has made him feel inferior to me. Now here comes the dilemma. Cheating is a deal-breaker for me. A lot of things add up. He started coming back home late, but he had also recently started a new job, so I tried not to think much of it. My husband had been married before me. His first marriage ended due to his first wife's cheating. My son trusted me enough to share this with me. I don't want to betray him. And he has never lied to me in the past. How do I confront my husband about what I know? TL. Yesterday, my son revealed that he had seen his father kissing another woman. Our marriage is already on a strain. We have been attending therapy for months. And his cheating is the last straw. We never talked about opening our marriage because we both had been cheated on before. I don't know how to confront my husband and what should be my next move. Just tell him you knew he's cheating as someone you trusted saw him. If this is a deal-breaker to you, tell him also that you're filing for divorce. He's not an amazing father, or he wouldn't have been making out with a woman in public, in front of your son, making him a pause setting up your son to tell you. Since infidelity is a deal-breaker, talk to a lawyer for options. It sounds like you're justifying Wiz's character flaws and trying to put a reason on his cheating. I recommend putting a stop to trying to put a label on WH for stepping out on your marriage in public. Your WH isn't hiding his relationship. That has nothing to do with insecurities or depression if he's PDAing in public. This is not something you do in your first or beginning of an affair. Boldness in cheating is a sign of confidence, and confidence comes from practicing without getting caught. By the way, you think your son was the only person to see him? Or know about your Wiz cheating? I'm sure his new work buddies know, and his AP doesn't seem to care he's married with a family. You can either confront him stating people have told you about he and his AP, or gather evidence and serve him. I'm sorry for your loss. Don't take any of his lies or excuses. I'm sure he'll blame you somehow. Support your son. Make sure he knows whatever happens it's your Wiz fault, not his. He may even need counseling if you divorce, thinking if he'd not told you, you'd be blissfully ignorant of WH moral and ethical bankruptcy. Don't have to disclose that it was your son. It could have been anyone who told you. Please do yourself a favor and stop finding reasons, making excuses for his behavior. So you make more money than him? Big deal. That's not a green light for him to cheat. It's a deal breaker for you. You know what you need to do. Leave him. Remember to not stay in the marriage since it will be better for your son. Do what is right for you. Kids can feel the strain in the family. Your husband might not be working late but rather seeing the new girl. Don't say anything. Talk to your lawyer. Follow their advice on how to prep and then serve him out of the blue when you are ready to end this. I usually advise end it instantly, but since you are the bigger earner, make sure you are covered for the eventualities of divorce, custody, etc. There's really no more point in trying to save this. He rendered it moot when he chose to betray his entire family again. Of course, stop any sexual contact and get tested for STDs. If there's one cheating partner, there may very well be more than one. I encourage you to snoop before talking about this during counseling in case he decides to gaslight, deny or delete anything. Look at his computer, phone. Try to ask more time to see his reactions. Go to his work at lunch. Everything to know if he is in full affair or a misunderstanding. You need real evidences because people who cheat and got caught have the tendency to react badly, so you need to have a backup if it got worst. Now I'm sorry to tell you that, but if he really have a affair, he can't be a good dad because he don't only broke your vows but betrayed and ruined his family. Just look how your son react. It proof how bad it got him, so please stop trying to find excuses for your husband behavior because nothing justify this. You don't need to tell him who told you. If you have the place and time, he doesn't need to know who saw him. Ask him if he has anything to share regarding what he was doing on Friday around 3:30. If he says nothing, ask him if he's sure that he doesn't have anything to share about what he was doing on Friday around time, at, location. You could even go so far as to add on with a woman with, describe hair or anything that your son recalls. See if he keeps denying it. Do it on your own time, but I'd really want to see if he lies, doesn't say anything. Speak to a lawyer before you confront him and get your ducks, money in a row.